How about now? Was it maybe because we were muted on our side? Can you guys hear me now? Let me know. I bet that's what it was. We'll see. Oh, is it back? Cynthia, is it working? How about now? Yeah. Yay! Hey guys, so I figured out that you got to turn off the mute button right next to the hide screen button. So it's fine. We're all good now. We're here. You can hear me. So what you might have missed earlier was hello and welcome. This was going to be the Sam and Jesse version of our solo live today because Danny's out with the family, as I'm sure you guessed. But Jesse also needed some more time with his family. So we have Pierre here because he's going to host his family in a few days. And he's happy to spend today over here with everybody. So let's all give Pierre a warm welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we figured it out. I'm so glad Pierre's here. But yeah, so because I would have probably just said I'm not doing this. But we really appreciate you guys being here. I know the holidays are coming up, so if there are busy people, we totally understand. If I am background to whatever you have going on, I understand. So thanks for being here, guys. Hopefully you have a fun couple of days lined up with your loved ones. And in the meantime, we're going to have some crafting fun. So a little bit of a holiday edition. What I had in mind didn't quite work out because that just happens sometimes. So we pivoted a little bit. So we'll be doing some cups today. And then in the next live, we'll be working on some flat items. So we're doing some cups for you today. I've got a few little holiday designs and then some not so holiday designs just to kind of see how cool and vibrant we can get things. But yeah, so let's start this off right. How was everyone doing out there? How was your weekend? Let me know if you guys were doing trade shows, markets, pop-ups, wrapping presents, avoiding the holidays. Let me know what you guys are doing. Love to hear it in the comments. Pierre, let me know if anyone throws anything in there. And in the meantime, I'm going to throw you on the spot, Pierre. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good, actually.
Yeah.
We had some like holiday gathering with some friends, just like early gathering.
Awesome.
And the next day was Christmas gift shopping.
So, there you go.
Yeah, I still need to buy my wife one more gift.
Shame on you.
I'm stressed. Like, I already bought some, but we just need more, you know.
She tunes into these lives sometimes.
Sometimes. I hope she doesn't tune in today. But yeah, so.
Well, Pierre, don't feel too bad. I'm in the same boat. I was also Christmas shopping this weekend. And I also need to finish off some gifts today and then wrap them sometime tonight or tomorrow. So I'm right there with you, buddy. Don't worry. I always tell myself every year that I'm not going to do this. And I'm going to shop early and I'm going to wrap early and everything's going to be done and it's not going to be stressful. And then like clockwork, I'm like, oh, it's Christmas is next week and exactly. I have nothing ready. So that's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so how about you guys? Did we get any comments coming about that, Pierre?
So no, we have from Sen. She's saying that it's pausing on the other platform. It's like on pause. I'm not sure if that's Facebook she means.
Maybe try jumping out and back in. It might have just been due to our shenanigans of trying to fix the sound earlier. But just try exiting but come back.
Yeah, because I'm on YouTube. It's working.
Okay.
Let me check Facebook.
Cool. Any other comments come in?
Yeah, someone says sometimes our spouses are hard to shop for. That's very true.
So they relate to you, Pierre. They understand. Yeah.
Every time they need something, you just get it beforehand. I was like, okay, don't need anything anymore. So Ashley is saying engraved couple of the new laserette items.
No, we're not doing that right now. Okay. Or did she say she did?
She did.
Okay. I was like, no, I'm not bringing the engraver right now. I'm like, I have this set up. But that's awesome. I saw you engraving some of the journals, if I'm not mistaken. And John was really impressed with what you did. So kudos to you, Ashley. Those new laserette pieces. I'm not sure if anyone else has gotten to try them in person, experience like engraving with them, but they engrave so nicely. We have some really cool kind of swatches that we've been working with too. So if you're not sure what your settings are going to be, I highly suggest that you get yourself a swatch set because the swatches are perfect for testing. So you can even do like a little grid test on every one of your swatches so that you know your power settings and things like that with the machine that you're using. so that when you go back and you do a different color, you can just look, like, refer to your swatch set and be like, okay, well, for this color, this is the one that worked the best. So that way you can always have consistent engraving results without having to trial and error on the actual product. Just do it on your swatches. So hopefully that'll be really cool. And I mean, not only that, but you can use it as a feature to show your customers. So if you do this test grid on every one of your swatches, you can take them that swatch set and you can show them, like, look, this is how it engraves. Like, you can even let them pick, honestly. Like, they can pick the one that looks best to them. And then it's really custom because then they're part of your process, right? Something like that would be super cool. But yeah, any other comments that I am missing?
So Alana says hi.
Hello.
Yeah, actually, we know you're cool.
That's right.
Okay. Will MakerFlo have a house keychain that can be engraved?
A house keychain?
That's Marisol.
Let me show you something really quick. Oh, hi, Soul. Good to see you. 1 second. I'll be right back. I have something to show you. So I just got these samples the other day. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show them off or if someone else will later. So if someone does later on, just act surprised, please. But for now,
Hi, Karen.
I will show you. We have these. So first, I'm really impressed with the new keychain that's going to be coming out to go with these, because it really just kind of takes it to the next level. So we'll look at both of them real quick. So this is going to be the new lobster keychain that comes with these keychain engravable items that we were asking about. So there's that. And then you have these guys, these cool little motel keychains. So this isn't the exact final version. I want to say they had some finishing things that they were going to get through. But yeah, so this is going to be coming soon. It is engravable and it's going to match all of your swatches. So when you get that swatch set, you'll know settings for this too. So hopefully that is kind of what you were looking for. And I see Cynthia's asking, where is Danny? That's a great question. He is probably in the vehicle right now. I would say at least an hour and a half into California, like toward California. Not there yet, I'm sure. But he's got the family celebrations with his family. They're mostly in California, and so is his wife. So they have a lot of things to do out there. They'll be Christmas hopping, I think, from house to house with the kids. So they are going to be busy these next few days. So that's where Danny's at. Any other comments that I'm missing, or should I get started, guys?
Chris says hi.
That's my mom.
Here. Okay.
Hi, Mom.
I noticed. So Karen is asking leather keychains.
Oh yeah, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
So that's a laserette is what we're going to be calling it, because it's our new patented keychain. It's not leather, but it is a leather-like material. So we're calling it laserette, and it is pretty cool. So yeah, that'll be coming out hopefully soon. But yeah, good questions, guys. So let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and hop around the other side of the table real quick. And then maybe Pierre can change the camera for me. Excellent. Okay, cool. So guys, we've done this before on a recent live. So this was a fun little holiday cup that we had for you. We kind of showed you how to do everything. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more of that. So we have a few things. Let's say like right now you're like me and you're trying to finish up your holiday prep or plans. Well, if you have any of our blanks and you have access to your sublimation printer and heating device, you might be in luck. So stuff like this, you can easily customize. So I have a cool little Christmas decoration one, perfect for like white elephant, Secret Santa, that kind of stuff. And then I have some more custom things. Like I have a big T-Rex here. It looks awful fun and scary. Great for younger kids. And then I also have this really like elegant ladybug. So, different stuff that you can do for different folks, right? But the point of it is if you have the blanks and the supplies, you can make it into anything. So I grabbed these three just to kind of show us options. So out of these three designs, guys, what should we do first? Should we do the Christmas design, the ladybug, or the T-Rex? Let me know which of the three. Pierre, they should start voting shortly. Once they do, let me know. First one with, let's say, 2 votes is going to be the one we do. Okay. And in the meantime, we've got our friend, the new Tumbler Press from MakerFlo. So I'm sure you guys have seen this. Super cool little press, really easy to use. And it comes with its own little manual that's going to give you guide settings to everything. Shows you how everything works, but it's also super easy. So I didn't really read this. I just opened it up and started playing with it, and it worked fine for me. The one thing I will say you do need is the settings in the back. So when you need to find your settings, these are perfect starting points. Everything's a little different, so you might want to adjust to your liking, but this is a great place to start. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the skinny tumbler one, which is this guy right here. It says the temperature needs to be 356 Fahrenheit for 60 seconds. So let's go ahead and let's turn this on and get it preheated. So we'll go ahead and click the little power button here. Looks like it's actually already set to 356 with 60 seconds from the last time we used this. So it's already at a good point. So we'll go ahead, we'll let that heat up. While it's heating up, do we have any votes, Pierre?
So I guess T-Rex wins.
That's right. Is it because the T-Rex is awesome?
It is. They also voted for Ladybug, but they were too late. So the T-Rex wins.
All right, well, let's get this T-Rex out of the way first. Maybe we'll have time for that Ladybug too. We still have a good amount of time here. So we've got about 25 minutes. I think I could definitely get both those done in that time. So we'll start with our friend the T-Rex. Now I'm going to put this one on... Let's just do this one on the plain tumbler and just see how vibrant it can still be. And then we'll move over to the shimmery ones after this. That way we can see kind of the difference. So we'll start with our plain tumbler. Then let me know as you guys are watching if you have questions. If anyone's kind of new to this and wants a little bit more explanation, let us know. I have been through this quite a few times, so I tend to move a little fast sometimes. But first thing I'll say is these boxes are really awesome. So they are designed to hold the lid with the handle as well. So I know that the cups don't come with the handle. You buy them separately, but let's say you do, and then you want to package it up. Let me just move my little straw out of the way. And it'll go right back into the cup. You can go ahead and you can even fold it up, put your little lid on, and then you are ready to gift this away. And then you can see what it is too. So when you're doing your little trade shows, your pop-ups, even if maybe you have it in a store or something like that, you can still see what the design is, which is super cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll leave that to the side for now. And let's go ahead and get this opened up. So we'll move our foam out of the way. I will remind you guys that these are the new tumbler lids as well. So we've transitioned from the push top over to the screw top lid. So a lot of the designs do have that upgrade, including our 20 skinnies. So we'll go ahead and we'll just twist that off. And then I am going to go ahead and just dump out my little care card. You guys know that with MakerFlo tumblers, every tumbler is going to come with one of these guys here. This little care card, which reminds you how to take care of your tumbler. So this is pretty essential to have. Pretty awesome. But yeah, so we'll leave that to the side. Next, let's go ahead and cut our design a little bit. So when we were crafting, I want to say a few lives ago, we discovered that we don't need to cut the whole design out. We just need to place a few cuts into it. So we just need to trim off this bottom here and the top or the side. So let's go and do that real quick. We're going to leave the other pieces intact because we can. And I'm going to trim this carefully because I don't have a paper cutter at my disposal. So here we go. Tell me if anybody else does this. I know those of you that are wrapping presents are probably like, yeah, that was with every single thing. You just kind of tear the paper along as you go. Then we'll go do the side as well. And then once we have that done, we can go and start wrapping it around our tumbler. One thing that I am going to do is I will go ahead and put a lid on this tumbler first, like one of the handles, just so I can see where that handle piece is going to rest. Because basically you want to make sure that you're going to put the seam in the right spot to where it's not, front and center of your cup, right? Cool. So that is cut for us, ready to go. Next, we'll go ahead and take our tumbler. Let's go ahead and wrap the little handle on it. Perfect. Okay. So that will be our guide, basically. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to pull my tape over. I have my wide tape and my skinny tape just in case this runs out. And we're going to go ahead and wrap. Now with this, I'm going to go ahead and just push the paper underneath the handle because that's where I want my seam to live. What's cool about these handles is they will only rest in two positions. So they're going to rest right where it is now, and it'll rest exactly on the other side of it. So that's kind of, it's going to be kind of your helper to know exactly where this lines up. Next, let's go ahead and pull this over. Beautiful. It looks like we sized this perfectly. I will tell you too that the measurements are available on the MakerFlo website. So if you are not wanting to measure your cups, don't worry, you don't have to. We did all of that for you already. So pretty cool. You can also download a like product sell sheet for most of these cups too, which is going to really help you kind of sell these off to your customers and kind of let them know what they can expect. Now that I have this kind of lined up where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and just get the paper even. So I want to slide my paper up just a little bit. Basically what I'm trying to do is avoid this curve at the bottom because the tumblers are straight, but there's a tiny bit of a curve at the bottom. So as long as we clear that, we're going to be good to go. Now I want this to be as tight as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull that over. And I'm going to just do one piece of tape for now because remember, we're wrapping this specifically for the tumbler press. So the press is going to give it a lot of pressure. So as long as we get everything laid down nice and straight, we're going to be good to go. We'll go ahead and do our little 2-finger test. See how that paper stayed nice and snug. We didn't move. Now we'll go ahead and do just a few strips up and down. Okay. All right, so that is ready to go for us when we are ready to use it. I'm going to just press the play button for now to get it to be quiet. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and we'll just take off a few strips of tape. I always like to move from the center outward because you want to kind of push that air out as you go. So here we go. Awesome. And then I'll do just a few more pieces kind of down the tumbler just to make sure that it is nice and secure. Do one more at the top, one more at the bottom, and then that's going to be it for this cup, guys. With the press, it does make it a lot easier. I do still love my oven because you can do so many different shapes at once. But the press is just so simple to use. And really, as far as taping goes, that's it. That's all we're going to do. So now that I have that cup ready to go, next thing I'll do is get my parchment paper. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around the cup because I don't want any of the ink to accidentally transfer onto my press, which could just transfer onto more things later. So just avoid that headache altogether if you can. All right, so we'll go ahead and just put that around. And then I'll be using the same paper for all 3 cups if I can. But the one trick I'll show you is I have it sitting right now to where the seam is facing upward so that when it's done at 60 seconds and I flip it, I can go ahead and flip it exactly where the seam line is and know to make sure that I'm getting the full side done. Pierre, do we have comments coming in?
We do.
What's going on?
We have a soul saying that she loves this press.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs to get one because the one she has is with the lever. Has to push it down. It's not automatic.
Yeah, this press is super easy to use. I'm a big fan of it. I hadn't really used presses before this, and I'm using this one with ease, so I love it. Anything else, Pierre?
Also, Cynthia said she's just picking on you. She didn't know that Jesse is really out.
Cynthia, it's okay. You should pick on me because I owe you things, including that apron, and then I still have a special gift for you. The special gift is finally completed. I made it, I engraved it, and I put magnets on it, so that's coming soon. The apron, I ran into a snag. I don't have any markers that will show up on it, so I have to find some kind of specialty like metallic markers. But yeah, we'll get those all signed off and handed over to you very, very soon. So that's happening. But yeah, Pierre, don't feel bad about interrupting me because I talk too much. So if the comments come in, just let me know. Just jump right in, okay?
Sounds good. I'm answering some of them
Excellent.
In the chat,
you go, Pierre. And again, we'll give Pierre little snaps because he's here and we appreciate that. You go, Pierre. All right, first side's done, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my gloves and we're gonna go ahead and just pull this out real quick and we'll flip that cup around. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just remember we said the seam is what we're using as our guide. So now I've got the seam upside down and I will tell you what, these colors are already coming through and it already looks amazing. So I am so excited to see this T-Rex when it's done. All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll press that another 60 seconds and then that one's done. So while that's happening, we can go ahead and we can actually get the next one ready. You said the ladybug was the next chosen?
Yes, ladybug was the next one.
Beautiful. So let's go ahead and let's get this trimmed out. I'm going to go ahead and trim the bottom and the side again, just like we did last time. Here we go. And this one is going to look so cool on the shimmer, I tell you what. My goal is actually to get through all 3 of these cups while we're here, but we'll see what happens. We shall see. This cup press is pretty efficient, so I think we can do it. All right, cool. I still have about 25 seconds left on that cup. And this one's almost ready to be crafted with. Now, I will say one thing you want to be careful of is make sure you don't leave any white behind when you're trimming the sides, because that white will come back through as a white line on your finished project, and then it'll look like a seam line. So you don't want that. So I've got it nice and trimmed out, ready to go. And here's my cup. So let's go ahead and put our little heat glove on again, and we'll grab that out. So that was just 120 seconds, guys, all together. And look at this. You can already see so much color coming through. And that steam. I'm sad that you guys can't see it. Can they see it?
I can see it.
Yeah? Okay. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is already looking nice and cooked. What can really give it away too is if you look in the tape lines, with the tape, you can really see where that color is coming through, because it's like a heat transfer tape. So it's designed to take that kind of heat. So yeah, so this is going to look super neat. We'll set it to the side to cool off just a little bit for now. And then let's go ahead and get that ladybug wrapped. Okay. So I'm putting my parchment paper to the side because I will be using that again. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox one of my shimmer tumblers. So we have a few different styles basically with the twist on lids. We have the classic white, which we just did. We have this one, the shimmer. And then we also have a stainless steel sublimatable one. So super cool. We do still have our glow in the dark option as well, but it does not currently come with a handle. What's up, Pierre? I see you looking deep into contemplation.
No, I'm just making sure everything looks right.
You're doing just fine. But yeah, let me know too if I'm telling any lies, because you're in the warehouse area more than I am now. So, all right. So we've got our cup ready. We'll go ahead and take the lid off. Again, it's the new twist off lids. They are super secure now too. Like if you look at the lids now versus how they used to be, they have this little gasket too right here. So that gasket keeps it from leaking, which is really awesome. I will say too, you can pop these off if you want to clean them. I have done that with a weeding tool. I want to say it was right here. Something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it pops right off too if you need to clean it, and it'll go right back on once I can find it.
Wow. Thank you, Saul. Saul said that we have one of the best heat transfer tapes.
Awesome. Thank you. And see, it's right back on, just like it was before. Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
Okay. All right. So now we've got our cup out. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did before. We're going to grab a handle, and we're going to check where that seam line is, right? Perfect. So now we know where that needs to be. Oh, we should take our care card out too, so we don't bake it. Although I've often been asked what will happen when you bake the care card. In the press, I don't think anything. In the oven, it might burn, right? What do you think, Pierre?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Should we try it in the press and see what happens?
Yeah, let's try it. Because, I mean, these are like double wall insulated cups. So they should keep the heat out.
All right. Pierre said nothing's going to happen bad.
Let's see. What do you guys think?
So we're going to do some experimenting today, guys, because that's what we like to do on these lives. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get this lined up. Perfect. That's where I want my seam to live. So I'm going to go ahead and take the handle off. Let's see if I remember how to twist it off correctly. There we go. Okay. Before I do, perfect. Awesome. So we'll leave that to the side for now. We have where we want our seam line to be. So let's go ahead and just straighten this up on the cup. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and match up the edges. So when we've done this before, guys, we've always talked about you just want the two bottom pieces to meet. As long as those ones meet, the rest will fall into place. So that's all you're really worried about. You want to make sure it goes right over that curved area and that they meet. So that looks pretty sweet to me. I'll go ahead and pull that over extra tight, and we'll do just a little piece of tape and check it out. Okay, cool. A little test. Now, since it didn't move, we're good to go. Let's say for some reason the paper does move while you shake like that. All you'll need to do is remove that gently with your little weeder tool, and then just pull it back tighter and lay it down again. Then do your little check again. But yeah, the reason why you want to do that, guys, is you don't want this design moving around while it's heating up. Because if it moves, you're going to get like a blurry or like a ghosty kind of an image, right? So you don't want that. Definitely make sure it's nice and secure, especially on that first piece of tape. And then we'll keep going. Any questions coming in so far?
No questions. I guess people are just excited to see what's going to happen to the care card.
Awesome. Me too. It's going to come out a little toasty. All right, cool. We've got a few strips of tape down. Let's do a few more.
Cynthia said, hopefully Juanto is not watching. I'm not sure who that is.
That's John. So
Oh, okay.
I
John.
don't know if you were with us. What was it, TumblrCon? I want to say that this
Okay.
started. But he was with our friend V from VS Rhinestones, and she did some giveaway stuff with him, and he turned from John to Wanto Claus real quick. So that's been his new nickname, Pierre. So you can take that back with you. Let him know you know one of his
Thank you.
names. But yeah, John's a great sport, and the people that have met him definitely remember him always. Cool. So I've got that taped up how I want. Let's throw that care card back inside. So it's in there, guys. You can see it. It's about to get baked. All right, and then we'll go ahead and get our little parchment paper. We're going to do the same thing we did before, where we've got the seam facing up, so we know exactly what to do with it when it comes out. So let's go ahead and put this back into the tumbler press, which has stayed on this whole time. It is warm, but it's not like super hot, so it's pretty cool. And then we'll go ahead and start that, and away it goes. Beautiful. All right, well, that's happening. This is now cool enough for me to unwrap it. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove some of this tape. I like to kind of start from the top and work my way down and just kind of liberate all those little pieces of tape off. Here we go. But yeah, what do we think, guys? Are we excited or nervous about the tumbler care card? Let me know if you guys see smoke. We're not trying to start the fire. Cool. But if Jesse asks, guys, tell him if there was a whole fire. There was so much that he missed. It was really exciting. And the tumbler care card did tricks. And yeah, okay. Are we all in agreement? All right, this is just about done. Perfect. Just a few more pieces. I am being careful not to scratch my cup. So what I do is I just like to trace kind of the inside of where the paper is. That way I'm not kind of penetrating through it. Whoa, guys. Okay, so just look at that transfer. Wow. All right, we'll show you in just a second. Let's go ahead and switch this cup around. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. It looks really cool.
It's pretty fast, too.
Right, isn't it? Yeah. Considering it's done and we're already halfway done with our next one, like that's pretty good. Okay, so we're flipping that exactly half. Care card is still inside, guys. Doesn't look burnt yet.
Still alive.
Still alive. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll put it right back in there. Perfect. It's the little care card that could. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to finish up right now. And then let's go ahead and finish unwrapping this one. So guys, let's go ahead and admire this color transfer. So right here, this is the edge where we printed like a little bit extra of a design just to make sure that we had edge-to-edge coverage. So that is the original image of what it looked like. And then this is what it looks like after the ink transfers. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So vibrant. What do we think, guys? How'd this turn out? And then that's our seam line. Amazing. So it's not a seamless design. So you will see where the seam is, but there's no lines, there's no ghosting, there's no white. It's perfect.
I think it looks great.
And it matches right up at the bottom too, which is exactly what you're looking for. So this is awesome. Let's go ahead and throw that little handle on it and see how it looks. And if that handle lined up with where I wanted it to line up, I think it want to start here. Perfect. Yeah. That is perfect. So right here, that's our seam. That's where our handle is. Easy peasy. And if you're righty, if you're lefty, it works either way. It's ambidextrous. So yeah. What do we think, guys? Knock it out of the park?
They love it.
Awesome.
Karen says she loves the shine. Your mom says she's super vibrant. Yeah, everyone is just excited.
Right?
They love it.
And that was the classic tumbler, by the way, guys. That wasn't even the shimmer yet. This one that we haven't unwrapped yet, that's going to be the shimmer. Mm-hmm. So we still have 7 minutes. I think I can get this other tumbler done in that time. So let's go ahead. Let's unbox one more tumbler. Let's get that Christmas design done. And here we go. So again, we got our shimmery tumbler here. This is really nice and shiny. I love these, especially for like photorealistic things. It really turns out super awesome. And I'll put everything else to the side. Beautiful. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this cut while that cup is cooling off. So again, we're just going to cut the bottom and one of the sides.
Sol said that she sometimes have issues with the seam lines. Do you have
Yeah.
any-
I think the seam lines are one of those things that plagues everybody for a little bit, right? So once you kind of figure out how to do it best, then you're good. So I would say just kind of watch other people, see what they're doing. If you like what we're doing, try to duplicate that at home. But my biggest thing is I always oversize the images just a little bit because I want to have wiggle room. One thing that you can do too is you can always tape the back side of your image as well. And then that'll kind of create a seal so that you don't have like too much of the image coming through. So it really just depends. So if your seam line is showing because it's like white, let me know. Or if it's more like too much color, let me know and we'll kind of tackle that. All right, so now that I have this wrapped, next thing we'll do is we want to put the handle on it again and kind of find out where that's going to be. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and get this wrapped around. Okay, so we want this to line up, we'll say right about here. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take this handle off and then we'll finish wrapping it up. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and line up the bottom just like we've been doing this whole time. So we'll slide that up just a bit. And you want to make sure that these two pieces meet. So that looks really good to me. And then we're going to pull that nice and tight. And then let's go ahead and just put one piece of tape down and check it out. See how we did. Okay. Perfect. So that paper's not budging. It is excellent. So now we'll go ahead and lay some tape down. Let's do a little less this time and let's see how it does. I'm just going to do 2 on each side and just see. We've done, I think, 3 on each side before. So let's see what it looks like with just 2. So I'll do 1 here. I'll do 1 here. And again, I always go from the center, work my way out. That way you're pushing the air out as you go. And I lay it down with a lot of pressure just to make sure I'm pulling that paper over nice and tightly. Awesome. Okay, so this is cooler. So I'll move that out of the way. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and stick that back in our parchment paper. And again, guys, this is the same parchment paper we've used for all 3 cups now. So you don't have to invest in a bunch of this. If you are tidy about it, you can keep using it, which is nice. Perfect. Okay.
So what would happen if you don't use the parchment paper?
So it could leak. So see how like some ink comes through from like the design or the side. Potentially, if that ink leaks into your cup press, then you could be carrying those colors off to other projects. So you want to keep your cup press nice and clean. That way you're going to get the best results every time. But good question.
Okay.
Okay, so now first, let's see how that care card did.
Whoa, I guess it survived.
Hey, it's fine. Nothing happened to the care card. Just as tough as our tumblers, turns out. Again, don't do this at home. You don't need to. But if it's an accident, you'll be fine. You'll survive, which is nice. So who was betting that it was going to start a fire? Let me know whose dreams were dashed by nothing bad happening. And we're just going to go ahead and unwrap this. The tumbler is still kind of warm. It's not like hot though per se. So it just depends on like your heat tolerance. But I worked at Starbucks for several years, so I don't have a lot of feeling left in my fingers because I was a barista extraordinaire. So here we go. All right, first side's done. Let's go ahead and flip that around. For this, I will grab my glove because this is real hot. It's steaming and everything. Okay, perfect. And then we'll just move this around. Beautiful, seam line facing down, and we'll put it right back in there.
Ashley is asking, how heavy is the press?
The cup press itself isn't very heavy. If I had to guess, like maybe 8 pounds. What does it say on the site here? Would you mind checking it out?
Yep, I'm checking it right now.
Thank you, sir. But my guess is 8 pounds. So I've held heavier babies. Namely my nephew. All right. And then just one more piece of tape. Perfect. Okay, let's see how this came out.
So
oh, wow.
The automatic tumbler press is 9 pounds and 6.5
Hey, I wasn't far. It's 1.5 pounds off. Yeah. Guys, look at this.
And this is probably with the packaging, so you might be right.
Thank you. I love hearing that. This is stunning, nice. Right? It looks so cool. That black came out so black.
Wow.
It's one of the hardest colors to sublimate. Our seam line is technically here. This is the only thing I don't like down here. And I don't know if that was, yeah, that was me. So what I will say is if you ever see little areas that you're not happy about and you're like, why did this happen? Look at your paper. So see how my paper right here is still full of color? It just tells me that this wasn't close enough to my cup. So it just needed a little bit more pressure in that area is all. Yeah, not too bad. Regardless, nice. I think it looks pretty stunning. I feel like you could definitely pass that off as a gift. That is so cool looking. What do we think, guys? Such vibrant colors. All right, cool. We got 2 done. We'll leave those there. Let's take out our Christmas cup.
Karen says she loves that you don't even have to tape the top and bottom of the tumbler.
Is that nice? All right, so this one's done too. We still, it's 2:45. So we are out of time. I will unwrap this though before we start the next live, and we'll show you when we kick it off. But if you wouldn't mind switching cameras, Pierre. Mm-hmm. Groovy. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for this solo Sam and Pierre live. And Pierre, thanks again for being here because you are making this so much easier for me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. But yeah, so on our next live, guys, we'll unbox this cup. We'll have it ready to show you right at the start of the live that we can see kind of what happened. And then other than that, we're going to be using our new flat press because we're having a sublimation showcase today. We're doing nothing but sublimation. Just quick, easy things that you can kind of make custom DIY gifts before, the holidays. And if you are curious about where any of these prints come from, they're all Creative Fabrica prints. Like I've got all of them from that website. So what's really nice is you can use them and know that they're not going to be, copywritten, things like that. Like they're things you can sell, they're things you can give away. They're perfect. But yeah, so thanks again for joining us, guys. Catch us on Instagram and TikTok next, and we'll see you in about 10-15 minutes.